Greetings, everyone, from amalightworker, yet with another live stream. I know that everybody needs to be notified from YouTube so that you guys have enough time to log into your accounts. I do not see anybody in the chat just yet, so I will be waiting for a moment, giving a chance to everybody to have a chance to log in. If you happen to log in just now, send me a chat. Let me know where is it that you are chatting from. I haven't done a live in a while. Okay, and I know that people are in different time zone. So where I live, it just happened to be a holiday today, and most people are going to have like a long weekend. So if you happen to celebrate Eid, happy Eid to you. Okay, so this is one of those holidays that people celebrate after 30 days of fasting. It is a Muslim holiday. So for those of you who celebrate, happy holidays to you. And my last 2 weekends have been very interesting. I did taught my very first Akashic Records class, the beginners course, and I loved it. It was a very lovely group of students, a small group of students. We got together on Zoom. Everybody was on different time zones, but we were able to make it. So pretty much the classes were 6 hours long on Saturday and 6 hour long on Sunday, and that gave us enough time to practice. And it was just a lovely experience. So if any of my Akashic Records students class happen to be on the chat, send me a little chat and let me know how you are doing. I see Love One on the chat. How are you? Greetings to my friends in US. Okay, I see Menki Simisi, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, in South Africa, Johannesburg. Some people say Johannesburg, depending what language do you speak. How are you in South Africa? Okay, so anybody was able to see the eclipse yesterday? So depending where you are located in the world, it was either April 19 or April 20th. And in terms of energies, because this is immediately after the eclipse, we are still under the immediate influence of the eclipse. This eclipse, it's a solar eclipse. In about 2 weeks, it will be followed by a lunar eclipse. And let's talk first about the general implications of this solar eclipse, okay? And then I will break it down sign per sign. I'm getting the sense that the best way for each and every one of you to utilize the power of this solar eclipse is to utilize it to anything that needs finishing, completing, or to end it. If you are thinking of ending or completing anything at all, a procedure, important paperwork, court cases, a relationship for some of you, anything that has to deal with a home, okay, a creative project, a book. So it does feel that this will give you ample opportunities to finish what you need to finish, so that you can start on something brand new. This will also give you a chance to jumpstart something that maybe you were holding off, or life will just present you opportunities to start brand new projects that are bound to be successful. What will present itself now, anywhere or anything that you didn't choose, it just happens to you. It could be a little change, it could be bigger changes of your life, anything that is going to initiate right now will serve as the stepping stone to build a solid foundation, okay, for the rest of your life. If you launch something new, like a new business, it's just going to be the stepping stone. Okay, you're going to continue to build onto this business. If you already have a business and you are creating something new, you're launching something new again, it's going to be a stepping stone for you to build and to build more, or to launch more products or services in a business that you may have. Friendships that you are going to attract now, acquaintances, friendships, teammates that you are going to attract right now. There's going to be a sense of camaraderie, there's going to be a sense of teamwork, and there's going to be that sense that I belong. The people that you are going to attract now, they're going to feel like people of your tribe. There are going to be people that you're going to attract in the workplace, okay, with whom you are going to be very good work partners or teammates, however you play as a team at your place of work. It could be for some of you that is going to be in terms of neighborhoods, things that could be happening in your immediate neighborhood, immediate neighbors, in your immediate community. Okay, and pay attention here to how you are going to feel differently connected to communities that you belong. You could be a member of different communities online, Facebook pages, for example, YouTube communities. You could be part of community live communities like a country club, a book club, your neighborhood club, your neighborhood watch part. So how you feel and how you communicate with people in daily basis is going to change. There's going to be a stronger connection, particularly for those of you who have felt a little bit estranged, or maybe you struggled to feel connected. Suddenly you're going to feel that finally something is taking off, you belong. You are going to also have a lot of deja vu moments, or you may be dealing and facing with situations that feel very familiar to you, but this time around you seem to be a lot more wiser in what to do about it, okay, and how to handle it and how to resolve it. This solar eclipse will present solutions. If anything comes up, okay, out of nowhere that you are not prepared about it, trust me, you are also going to be presented with choices and solutions. The Akashic records are encouraging everybody to think about any creative projects. Maybe you are in the process of renovating a home. It's going to involve your creativity. So there's a lot of success in you using your means of creativity. And it could be anything. It could be, I need to get more creative with how to match my outfit for work. Okay, it could be as easy as that. Anything that has been building up, family situations, family emergencies, health related situations, whether they happen to you personally, maybe they happen to a child, to a parent, to a sibling, people that you are responsible for. Now they're going to start to resolve one by one. But at the same time, for those of you who maybe you need to talk to a lawyer, maybe you need to talk to an accountant, maybe you need to talk to a counselor of any kind, maybe you need to consult a doctor or a healthcare practitioner, this is the time, because the right people will show up for you in your life. And for some of you, the right friends, the right friendships. And for some of you, okay, do not be surprised if truly somebody knocks in your door to offer to you help. Okay, so if you have to go under medical procedures, surgeries, major or minor surgeries, you are going to be surrounded by a team of people who are very good in what they do, the very best, and you are going to get the help that you need to get to the next step of your recovery. If you are somebody who has been dealing with on and off type of medical situations, they flare up and they seem to calm down for a little bit. This time around, you are going to find very, very strong and solid solutions around it. So So this was just the general energy and how to best utilize it. If you have been thinking about starting a diet, if you have been thinking to go back to the gym or start to exercise, you don't have to necessarily exercise at the gym. If you have been thinking of changing anything about your diet, not everybody who changes something about their diet is doing that for the sole purpose of losing weight. Maybe you need to stop eating junk food or sugar or gluten. This is the time, because this time around, anything that you initiate is going to stick. You are going to have the willpower to push through and to start to actually see results. I'm also getting a lot of teeth related problems. Okay, I see a lot of you guys having to check in with a dentist's office, in and out of dentist's office. For some of you, just routine. For some of you, it could be a little bit more serious than just a routine. I see my friend Lovely on the chat. It's very lovely to see you and to connect to you here. And I miss you. Okay. And let's break this down sign per sign. So the first zodiac sign, Aries, Aries sun, Aries rising, and Aries moon. The Akashic records are saying, truly hold on to your head. There's going to be so many changes your way. And at the same time, you are going to be a little bit stubborn. Please do not be stubborn, okay, where you know that it affects your pride. Because for some of you, Aries, you know that if the only reason that you are being stubborn is because uh, uh, your ego gets in the way, then you are blocking your own progress. Where you stand there right now, Aries, in many areas of your life, you are meant to move forward, especially with finances, a work related situation, a job search, if that is the case for you, particularly if you have not been able to find a job for a long time. Okay, anything that has been a problem for you in the work environment, people you work with, projects, or anything work related, okay, is going to start to feel less difficult on you, and you are going to be able to achieve results and to achieve success in spite of difficulties that you may encounter along the way, particularly if you are in areas who has been working towards a goal. Maybe you had a goal and you have been working toward that goal for a while. Could be a work related goal, could be a goal that you need to achieve in life, could be anything. You are going to start to see very solid results and success. You need to pay attention areas to where you could be affected by gossip. This is not a time for you to start to pay attention to gossip. Consider the source. Where is it that is coming from? It could be misinformation, or it could be gossip. It could be coming to you from major news media, the television, magazines. So consider the source. Where is it that it's coming from? Okay, before you start to believe in it. And I'm also getting the sense that for some of you, it's going to be something about elections that could find a way to affect you in your own personal life. If you're not somebody who usually you preoccupy yourself with who's going to be elected or politics, you may find yourself deeply affected by what's happening to a particular politician in your area where you live, in politics in general, or who's going to be elected mayor or president or prime minister. It could be about truths that may be coming out, maybe somebody in the area where you live, because there are people who live in different areas of the world. You're going to be hearing about politicians being sued or under criminal investigation. So there's going to be a lot of truths being revealed at this time, and that may end up affecting you emotionally or in some other ways, but that's just going to be a temporary situation. You're going to be able to get out of it and to adjust to whatever new situation politics are throwing your way. And for some of you, it could be that you may simply be affected with the office politics, okay, with the politics in your own office. I hope that this is making sense to you. Now we have Taurus, Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon. Please do not underestimate your weaknesses. You truly need to consider the advantages and the disadvantages, because this is not the time for you to miscalculate your power and to eat more than you can chew. Yes, for many of you, you are setting up yourself for success, but be very careful here not to overestimate. You are going to be dealing with situations where, if you are somebody who has been presenting a certain information by exaggerating the information, maybe you did not tell the whole truth, you withhold information from somebody, maybe for some of you, you flat out had to lie, okay? The truth may be coming out, and you need to pay attention during this time, not to promise anything that you cannot keep. And at the same time, the Akashic records are telling me that many of you are preparing to make something happen legally or officially. For some of you, you may be dealing with legal or official paperwork to join finances together with somebody else. So you may have to deal with bank accounts, okay, signatures, lawyers, accountants. Some of you may have to deal with assets. So you're going to have to go through some kind of a evaluation of your assets. It could be for insurance purposes. For some of you, it could be because there's going to be a division of some sort, okay, like a division of households. Okay, maybe you're moving out or somebody else is moving out. So there's going to be a division of properties, a division of some sorts. For some of you, this may also be involving a divorce of some sort or the dissolution of business arrangements. Okay, I'm also getting a lot of you, Tauruses, who are preparing to get engaged. I see a lot of you having to put together like I'm showing an engagement party. For some of you, it's going to be about your upcoming wedding, upcoming nuptials. So putting together the wedding. And I'm also getting like last minute celebrations to a birthday. Could also be your own birthday because it is Taurus's birthday season. Okay, so happy birthday to you if you celebrate your birthday now. And it's all about you, how you personally are going to transform in these upcoming 6 months, physically, emotionally, mentally. So there's going to be a lot of attention about what's happening in your life, the things that you are doing, the things that you are saying. So it feels like everybody around you, okay, has the magnifying glass and they're magnifying, okay, everything that you are doing. And you have to be very, very careful about, again, how you present yourself to others. This is not a time not to be authentic. So do not lie, because it could be a tiny white lie, but you could be caught in that tiny white lie. And I'm also getting the sense that you are going to find a way not to be pressured by others, not to be pressured, not to pressure yourself, because a lot of you will have a tendency to pressure yourself. And this time around, you are going to adopt and choose. You're going to make a choice. Okay, how can I resolve a situation in a more healthier way for me? Okay, your emotional problems, if anything comes up, your daily habits. So you are going to adopt something that is more healthy for you. Okay, it could be about your health, daily habits, your spiritual practice, Is this a spiritual practice that is healthy for you to follow, or a religious belief that is healthy for you to follow? Okay, is there something else that works better because it's more healthy for me now, or maybe it worked before but just doesn't apply to your situation now? I'm also getting the sense that many of you could be complaining about bloating, water retention in your body. You could be going on and off between sweet cravings. I'm craving sweets, I'm quitting for a while, and I'm tempted to go back. So many of you Taurians are also going to be dealing with how to address addictions of any kind. Okay, you are, because first you need to figure out, do you have an addiction? And not everybody has addictions. Okay, but if you are somebody who has some kind of an addiction, it feels like this time around you are going to start to ask professional help. If you are on any meds of any kind, I do see you temporarily being told that you don't need this type of medication anymore. You could be temporarily off that medication. Okay, and if you have to go back on it, I get a sense that the doctor will prescribe like a different dosage for it, so it doesn't have to be lower or more. It's just a different dosage. So that's going to be the case for some of you Taurians. Gemini Sun, Gemini Rising, and Gemini Moon. Communication, communication, communication. You are going to start to feel chatty, especially if you didn't have enough time to be with the people that you love the most. It could be the case that for some of you, you are separated by a lot of distance. Okay, you could be living at different parts of the world, different parts of the country. Between you and your loved ones, I get a sense of you connecting online. For many of you, you are going to start to spend a lot of time talking on the phone. You could be doing your best work at night, like pulling all-nighters. I also get the sense that some of you are going to be working on a book. You could be collaborating with other people, because I see a lot of you Geminis putting together some kind of a collage. Okay, could be photos, modeling, fashion, paintings, anything that has to deal with media. I also see a lot of you discovering something that enables you to utilize interactive social media, or like a program that is interactive, and maybe even presenting a book or doing a presentation in that way. You could be successfully completing a course of study. Okay. Okay. And you may also be preparing, and you could be registering for upcoming classes. If you are a working Gemini, at the place of work, you may be asked to train and to learn something new. So there's going to be something new applied at your work that you have to learn, and you have to learn fast. Could be a new program. You may also have to be connected to a new work program. It may also be connected to a new work location. You may have to deal with new people in the workplace, or new faces. So something that you need to learn and adjust quickly to it. I get a sense that you are going to start to feel connected, and you're going to feel drawn to groups of people with whom you're going to have a lot of in common. To you, this is going to feel that your tribe, finally, you're meeting your soul tribe. I also get a sense of a lot of you feeling more social. Anything that is celebrated out in the open air, in nature, hiking. Maybe you just go by your day and you hear music, and there's some kind of a festival or celebration in the town where you live, and you stop by. So I see a lot of gatherings, and you meeting new people, and If any miscommunication problems may arrive, they are only going to be temporarily. So if there is something come up, okay, where you don't get along with somebody, it could be due to a miscommunication. And I also get the sense that some of you may need to address technical issues, internet issues, phone related situations where maybe you need to fix something in your phone so that it works better, or maybe you may have to address something about your computer so that it runs better, deleting old programs, upgrading new programs. So you may have to address technical issues related to technology. Okay, Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising, and Cancer Moon. They're showing me this continuity, and this time around, any situation or situations in your life where you are trying to move it forward and nothing was happening. Now everything is going to happen in such a natural way. Okay, if I'm getting this flow, money is flowing, clients, if you need clients, work opportunities, communication gets easier with a person with whom you had a lot of trouble. For some of you, it could be your spouse or your significant other. Now something gets smoother, like there's this ease of communication between the two of you. I see a lot of you already planning for your vacations, places that you like to travel. And I see a lot of you marking your calendar with important dates. You may have to deal with due dates that are important. Maybe you're planning your vacation. So I see you going in your calendar, okay? And putting a circle around important dates. So important events, important dates are coming up for you. If you have been dealing with a situation that was still pending because either you needed to come up with a date for it, or maybe the courts needed to assign a date, or somebody else needed to assign a date, now you have the date. Okay, and I see that a lot of you are going to be anxiously waiting for the results, test results, medical results. You could be waiting for, if it is anything related to your education, okay, the test results, scholastic test results. And you may also be waiting on some sort of an approval, like the seal of approval, documents, visas, anything that is related to an immigration process. I see a lot of you waiting for this seal of approval. And you are also going to hear from people that you haven't heard in a long, long time. For some of you, it's going to be the case that you are going to hear from, okay, your old crush. You could be hearing from your ex girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay, you may be hearing from an ex spouse. So I am getting the sense of some kind of an ex in your life, or with whom you're going to communicate about something. For some of you, this is going to turn out to be a lovely surprise. For some of you, it's going to be a little bit shocking when this happens. And remember, this eclipse will affect you for the next 6 months of your life. Leo Sun, Leo Rising, and Leo Moon. There's a lot of travels back and forth for a lot of you Leos. And for some of you, Leos, you also have to deal with international travels. You may have to deal with the paperwork that you need for these international travels, like visas, passports. And I also get for a lot of you, you may have to deal with a new job situation. Some of you are going to be dealing with a process that would grant you the right to work in a certain country. So you may have to start to work in a new country. You could be affiliated with foreign companies, and therefore you could be hired by a foreign company. So in some ways, you're going to be affiliated, associated with foreign companies. So not everybody has to move to another country, okay, but you're going to communicate with the foreign company, or maybe you get hired by a foreign company. I am also getting going back to visit a place where you lived before, and that could be possible for a lot of you in the upcoming 6 months. For many of you, this could be a place of origin. Okay, for some of you, it could be a place where you lived many, many, many years ago, and now you're going back to revisit that place. And also, you are going to have to address certain family related situations. You are going to have to make new arrangements about babysitting, who's taking care of the children, new arrangements about having to take care of your parents if you are somebody who takes care of the parents, or other family members. If you are somebody who is in the business of taking care of others, okay, you are going to be dealing with new situations. Either you are going to start to take care of a new client, a new person. Maybe the agency that you work for is going to shift you around, but there's going to be changes. Pay attention to your own mental health, because for many of you, you may start to overanalyze. Okay, in the next 6 months, your mind could be somewhere else, because you could be, either lost in your thoughts, lost in your mind, or over analyzing. Okay, analyzing situations more than you should. And I see a lot of you having to go back and forth with your finances. Okay, you may have to deal with banks, purchasing a home, purchasing a new vehicle, the buying and selling of property. Okay, some of you may start to look for a new place to rent in the next 6 months. So it feels like changes in the family. Okay, and family could be your immediate family, the family that you created, family of origin, but it may also be connected to your relatives. Okay, and changes in your living arrangements and in your home, in your address. That's where you're going to notice the biggest changes. When it comes to your finances, in the next upcoming 6 months, you're going to think really hard, okay, because you are going to have to face a financial decision. For some of you, it's going to be a difficult financial decision, to do it or not to do it, to sign the contract or not, to go through with the sale or with the purchase. So you're going to have to make important financial decisions about investments, about retirement funds. So important financial decisions will be coming up for you. And even having to negotiate your a contract, a business deal, or your salary. That may also be coming up for you. Virgo Sun, Virgo Rising, and Virgo Moon. Try not to be difficult, okay? And understand that life is going to happen no matter how much you think that you are preparing for it. Understand, Virgo, that you cannot prevent everything from happening. Excuse me. Many of you could be facing some kind of a dilemma, okay, that is going to give you turmoil, okay, your own inner turmoils. Some of you could be facing a moral dilemma. You are going to be going through a phase where you need to avoid perceiving everything as wrong as and right, perceiving everything as black and white, because not everything that you are able to comprehend and to see, not everything that is being revealed may be the whole truth. You are going to have to face difficult decisions about your own self, okay, and about important changes. This time around, you're going to have to decide whether to go for it or not. And for many of you, the Akashic records are also showing me many of you having to take your time, and you're going to truly think, because maybe at the beginning you're going to have some doubts about a new relationship. But once the new relationship takes off, you are not going to have doubts anymore. But for sure, you're going to take time to think about this new person in your life. And for many of you, you may find yourself in a new relationship in the next 6 months, particularly if you have not been in a relationship for a while. I'm also getting the sense that many of you Virgos will launch new things, launching a new website, launching a new book, launching some kind of a online business. I see a lot of online businesses for many Virgos. And also, you are going to feel more eloquent. You could be taking courses, classes, you could be training your voice. I see a lot of singing lessons, learning a new foreign language. Some of you could be rehearsing for some kind of a show, could be theater, could be a commercial. I see a lot of you applying for a job and being picked for this new job. Some of you could be, maybe you are into modeling, okay? Or maybe you have to audition for something and it feels like you get it. And some of you could be going to a few auditions. There's going to be circumstances where the media, social media, a newspaper, maybe talking about you or your company, but it could also be about you specifically. Okay, at the place of work, there could be a meeting where your name gets mentioned a lot. The company may send you to represent the company in some sort of a conference when you have to get up and talk, or you could also start to be more active with a charity related foundation or organization that is connected to helping others in some ways. And I also get a sense of big rewards coming your way. For some of you, it could be the employee of the month. For some of you, it could be some kind of a reward. And it could be a symbolic reward coming to you from the local government or from your company that you work from, or an organization that you belong to. So being honored in some ways. So I hope that this is making sense to you. Now we have Libra, Libra Sun, Libra Rising, and Libra Moon. It's very difficult for many of you Libras not to think of yourself as being in a relationship, but within that relationship, you also need to figure out your own independence, okay? Because for some of you, it's going to be very difficult here, okay, to establish your boundaries. Where is it that you stand as an individual with your own independence, okay? And where is it that you play a role in the relationship, okay? And I'm also getting the sense that for many of you, you are going to celebrate a new love, a new relationship. If you already are in a new love or in a new relationship, it does feel that you are going to have serious thoughts about proposing. Okay, and maybe you're not going to arrive in a conclusion just yet, but for sure, the idea of getting engaged, getting married, or bringing the relationship to the next level is for sure going to be in your head, and it's going to be on and off, but you are seriously going to be thinking about what is the next step in your relationship for you have to pay attention to the work situation, because it could be the case that maybe it was a little miscommunication, misinformation, that maybe it was blown out of proportion, okay, in the upcoming 6 months. I do get a sense that for 2 or 3 months, maybe nothing comes up. Okay, and after 2 or 3 months, you figure out where is it that the situation went wrong. Okay, could be a file went to the wrong person, a file was missing, the wrong email, the wrong text. You could be dealing with a scammer related situation. Okay, dealing with scammers of any kind. So I get the sense that for many of you, you are going to be willing to talk to the other party. Where is it that a miscommunication was created? Because it does feel just that, like some sort of miscommunication, something that wasn't taken in the proper context. And I also get a sense that you may have to address situations related to your car registration. Maybe you have to deal with some minor things, minor repairs in your car. I get a lot of you scratches, having to paint your car if that's the case for some of you. But do pay attention and pay careful where is it that you are parking your car, if you happen to have a car, especially, and avoid those tickets, speeding tickets, parking tickets, because something like that will be coming up. And if you already have dealt with those, maybe there's going to be a court date for some of you, traffic court. So I see a lot of you having to deal with this type of issues. And you also need to pay attention to money, cash, the cash flow in your life. Make sure that you always have some kind of cash in your wallet. And you could feel suspicious of certain people around you. Maybe you suspect that they steal from you, could be a neighbor, could be somebody else. But pay attention to your own personal belongings, especially to pay attention to your wallet. You could be misplacing your wallet, you leave and you don't have your wallet with you. And I also see you being very forgetful about your keys as well, okay, in the upcoming 6 months. So pay attention to these things. Scorpio sun, Scorpio rising, and Scorpio moon. Opportunities being offered to you about travels. You could be invited to travel somewhere. I'm getting the sense that some of you are going to be dealing with office that issues work authorizations, work permit. You are going to be dealing with an immigration office of some sort. Okay. And I also get that for many of you Scorpios, you may have to address your own suppressed emotions. It could be the case that for some of you, you discover a more holistic way, okay, to deal with karma, ancestors, trauma. I don't necessarily see you Scorpios only having to address these situations through psychotherapy. I do see a lot of you going for a more holistic approach. Okay. And the way how this is being shown to me, it feels like you figure out what you have been suppressing. And it feels like your whole body responds to that, your health, your weight, if that has been an issue. But it's going to feel like a whole weight has been lifted off your chest. They're telling me about your any issues connected to blood circulation, and your blood pressure, that you are going to find solutions if you are a Scorpio who has this kind of a problems. And many of you are going to sign up for a gym membership. You could be signing up for a country club. You could be signing up for online communities, and there's going to be communication. You're not just signing up and not using your membership. You are actually going to get involved with groups of people, a theater group, a group of people who do yoga together. So you're signing up for activities and you are going to follow through. And in the next upcoming 6 months, there's going to be a little success of your own that you are going to be celebrating. You are going to reconnect with one or two people that you feel very, very close, but for some reason they don't seem to be close to you. Maybe they had moved away, or maybe you moved away. And I see this happy reunion for Scorpios with one or two other people that are very close to you. And I also get situations where you may have to deal with children that are moving in the house, children that are moving out. Maybe they're going back to college, maybe they're coming back to college from college in the next 6 months. So you're going to go through the some ups and downs emotionally, because you have to deal with endings and new beginnings, moving out, moving in. But it's going to be, at the end, you're going to end up having lovely experiences, Scorpio, if you just learn to let go of anything that you need to let go. So, one by one, whether you are aware that you have attachments or not, it could be that maybe an energy is attached to you and you're not aware of it, okay? Or maybe you are attached to an idea or a belief that you may not be fully aware of. So, all of these attachments, okay, it feels like that have been preventing you. I'm talking about attachments that have been preventing you, okay, from moving forward in life. Now I just see you jump starting something, because you have learned and you will learn how to let go of the little things. I see a lot of you dealing with ancestry work, DNA, the family tree, family karma, doing some kind of a healing that addresses the ancestors. Maybe you simply go for like a regular reading and one of your ancestors has a message for you. But I do see also you feeling connected to your roots, okay, connected to your roots, your DNA roots, your spiritual roots. So little by little discovering what is your spiritual home. Okay, it's not only your physical home, because you may have to deal with changes with your living circumstance. Who do you live with? Where do you live? Okay, but it's mostly going to be about you finding your emotional home finally. And I see a lot of you eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. I see a lot of Scorpios eating tons of vegetables in the upcoming 6 months, and even discovering new foods. Discovering maybe a new cuisine. So you're just going to love what you eat in a good way. I see a lot of you going for healthy eating, but you're going to enjoy it. It's going to feel like very delicious. That's what I'm getting for many of you Scorpios. So if anybody can help me, if the next sign is what's the next sign? Capricorn or Sagittarius? Okay, I'm just going to go with one of them. They don't have to be necessarily in order. Okay, so I'm just going with Capricorn. You have to be very, very patient. Capricorn sun, rising, and moon. You are going to have a lot of ideas, and these are ideas that are going to bring you money, okay, but they're not grounded just yet. Okay, you can't just jumpstart an idea without figuring out each and every detail. And because you may have to deal with many new ideas at the same time, it does feel that you may have to decide what's going to take priority now, okay, and then focus on the rest of the ideas later. And I see for a lot of you the importance of the written word. You may have to deal with written documents, important signatures, maybe your own maybe your own signature may be important. You may have to sign important documents in the upcoming 6 months. The launch of a book, having to do an important presentation, having to introduce your idea or to pitch your idea to investors. You may have to deal with banks, loans, investments, financing, refinancing. Some of you have to be careful if anything may be repossessed around this time. Okay, so pay attention here to important documents, payments, because you could be risking a repossession of your car, for example, for some of you. You may have to hold off on certain travel plans, because for some of you, you could be underestimating the weather. Okay, so when you are planning to travel, okay, make sure that you know what the weather is going to look like, and if the weather is going to allow you to travel. Some of you, maybe you don't like the cold, or maybe you don't like the extreme heat. So make your plans around, always check the weather and then make your plans, whatever your plans needs to be, especially if you have to go to some kind of outdoor activities. And you are going to run into long lost friends. Okay, some of you are going to start looking for old friends, and I see this beautiful reconnection, but also that is going to bring to you also a mixed feelings, surprises and mixed feelings around that. And they are also showing me, and it's interesting because I see a lot of you on a boat, on a ship, thinking of a cruise by the seaside and observing a lot of boats. It feels like you may have to deal with boats, or thinking about being on a boat or on a cruise. You are for sure going to visit areas by the sea with a lot of boats in the next 6 months. Some of you are going to make a decision to start to pursue love. Okay, if you were not a person who so far has been pursuing love, and I see a lot of you feeling more confident and signing up for online dating, and I also see a lot of you going to a matchmaker, or maybe this is a matchmaking agency. So I get a lot of you going to get professional help about finding your match, finding a match for your self. And it could be the case that for some of you, you may be dealing with a situation where a friend, a family member may want to introduce you to somebody, and it could also be about arranged type of marriages. Okay, so and they tend to have a bad reputation, but that's not the case for every culture. So it could be the situation about some kind of an arrangement, okay, to introduce you to somebody else, and it may end up working out for you. So I hope that this is making sense to you, Capricorn. Now, Sagittarius sun, rising, and moon. If you are somebody who is giving hope, there's giving up hope, they're saying do not give up just yet. However, it's going to be very clear, okay, if the goals that you have been focusing on are extremely out of your reach, whether these were realistic goals or not. So in the next 6 months, you have to be very careful. And even now that I'm talking to you, you have to be very careful. What is realistic that you can achieve, and what is it that you, maybe your own expectations could be a little bit not realistic. So sometimes you just have to get out of your way by not setting non-realistic expectations. And there's a lot of success your way, especially for those of you who are in an established relationship, especially for those of you who are in a marriage. There's a lot of happiness, a lot of finding a common ground, resolving all the differences, and getting to know a whole new side of your partner that maybe you did not know, or you didn't know how to connect to this other side before. Where is it that you had difficulties? Now it feels like everything will start to feel more practical. At the same time, important financial issues are going to be coming up. You may have to deal with taxes, income taxes. You may have to deal with money that is owed to you. You may have to deal with you owing money to people. So there, you may have to deal with new financial arrangements. So situations around money are going to be coming up, but at the same time, new arrangements around money that may bring you a lot of luck. So I'm getting this wheel that is spinning in your advantage. Okay, where is it that you feel stuck? Now you're going to start to feel unstuck, and you yourself are going to have a sense that luck is turning in your favor. In many situations, you're going to end up being in charge. The family may be putting you in charge of an event. You have to organize it. Maybe you have to do a little speech. At work, there could be work projects where you are going to be put in charge. For some of you, I get a sense that they may try to promote you at your work, okay? And I also get a sense that this may not necessarily mean that you're going to have to deal with more money. So it feels like there's room for negotiations, but you're going to have opportunities to move up, okay, in your work, in your career in the next 6 months. You are going to have the sense that life is getting expensive, mortgage, rent, etc., etc. But at the same time, I get the sense of money coming in for you. Okay, money coming in for you. So they're saying that for those of you who have a tendency to complain, because that's not the case for everybody, for those of you who have a tendency to complain, the Akashic records are saying stop complaining and watch what happens. But when you're going to have those situations that to you it feels like life is, you can't afford life anymore, that situation will turn around, and there's going to be more money coming your way. I hope that this is making sense to you, and let me know how that goes. Remember, you are going to feel the effects of this eclipse for the next 6 months. Aquarius, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, and Aquarius Moon. A lot of new situations are taking off. It feels like you may have to address one change after another change, one new circumstance after another circumstance. Okay, you could meet relatives, cousins that maybe you haven't seen them in such a long time. There's going to be new people in your family, among friends and relatives. You're going to be hearing about a lot of breakups, divorce, but also marriages. So it's going to be a mix of everything that you're going to hear: people breaking up and people getting engaged and getting married. And I'm also getting the sense that a lot of attention is also going to be focused on you, Aquarius, because you are going to be dealing with a lot of changes. Your health is going to start to transform for the better. If you are somebody who had any health issues and maybe you are struggling, your health is going to turn around for the better. If you have to deal with any medical procedures, cosmetic procedures, plastic surgeries, I get a sense that in an upcoming 6 months, everything is going to go well, but it's also about you making a decision to take it easy. Where is it that you need to lighten your responsibilities and not to take on so much? You are going to make arrangements with other people so that you don't end up doing everything on your own. So where is it that you need to give up some of your responsibilities just so that you can make your own life easier? That's what you're going to end up doing. I see a lot of you Aquarians having to deal with fertility related issues, fertility clinics, hormones. You could be doing some kind of a hormonal replacement therapy, and addressing immunity related issues for your health. You may have to deal with inflammation and maybe figuring out a better way for you to deal with inflammation. So that's what I see for a lot of you Aquarians. But generally speaking, it feels like this time around, life will be gentle on you. If you are somebody who is looking to get a visa, work documents, travel documents, or finding a new home, this time around, again, you're going to find it easier having to go through these different processes. But I am getting a sense of you to you, it's going to feel like a new family or even a new home. And you are going to attract friends and friendships with whom you're going to feel that you have this soul to soul connection. So, again, that sense of you finding your tribe and finding where exactly is it that you belong, having to address emotional issues with different family members and relatives. Could be among siblings, could be between you and your children, you and your spouse, and having, or even being forced or pushed to address these issues, because everything is resolvable. So you are going to be forced in some way, either from life or from the situation itself, to address everything that you seem to have buried inside of you, everything that maybe you have buried in your memory so deep, and you have no idea where is it that a circumstance in your life initiated. Okay, and for some of you, you are going to be doing some sort of a past life regression in the upcoming 6 months. You may deal with some kind of a meditation form like type of healing that will help you, okay, to resolve something in your past that will enable you in the present day, okay, to move forward. But overall, Aquarius, you are going to have more of a positive spin, more of a positive view on your own, for your own body, for your own life, for your own destiny, so in for life in general. I also get the sense that you may start to go out with a new person in your life if you haven't dated in a for some time. If you are single and open to meeting people, you're going to notice that people are just drawn to you, either just to be your friend or to date you. But everywhere you go, you are not going to be forgettable. Okay, you're going to make a strong impression on people, particularly if you are in charge of something. You're going to I see a lot of you being in the public eye, introducing a new book, a new art show. Some of you could be visiting galleries or opening your own gallery during this time. So the attention is on you. You are finally, putting or starting to follow through with your ideas. You are following through, you are completing and finishing projects finally. And this is what's most important, finishing, starting and finishing and completing anything that you start. And that's the key word. That's what's going to happen in the next 6 months. And do not be surprised if suddenly you start to feel happy again, if you haven't felt happy in a while, or if you find yourself happy again in love. I hope this is making sense to you, Aquarius. Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, and Pisces Moon. For a lot of you, it's going to be about how your intuition and your psychic ability are transforming. Everybody is born with a level of intuition and a level of psychic ability. But for you, Pisces Sun, Rising, and Moon, it's going to be mind blowing. Okay, your intuition is going to go from 1 to 10. Many of you are going to take, or maybe you have been taking, spirituality based courses, self help courses. You're going to understand your own life from a different perspective. And for many of you, it could be the case that maybe you go for a reading or you go for a healing that is going to be so on point and so deeply transformative that it's just going to be on point, and it's going to be so deeply meaningful. I see many rewards coming your way. Okay, the Akashic records are saying that finally you're going to get the recognition that you deserve. If in the workplace you haven't felt the recognition that you deserve, you will get it this time around. I also see a lot of you addressing your material possessions, material wealth, more money coming in. You are going to strike important partnerships, okay, with important people. For some of you, you may end up signing important contracts with these important partners, and that's going to generate more money for you or for the company that you work for. If you are somebody who works with commission, I see you getting a lot of commissions, making a lot of money through your commissions. I'm also getting the sense of a lot of you Pisceans having a great deal of luck dealing with real estate, whether you work in a real estate related field, whether you are buying, selling, or renting, or dealing with properties of any kind. So a lot of luck in situations related to properties and real estate. And most importantly, I see you changing your mind about something. Okay. And when you do, and so you're going to give it a lot of thought. This is not something that you just end up changing your mind. You're going to give it a lot of thought. You're going to end up changing your mind about something. And it's going to turn out to be the best decision that you are going to take, because everything else in your life will turn around. Okay. When you get to that point, when you're going to change your mind after carefully analyzing your situation. Now, understand, this is a general reading, and that situation is going to be different for all of you. It could be about relationships, it could be about money, investments, it's going to be about moving. Okay, it's going to be about important decisions about your children, if you happen to have children, or important decisions about your health. So it feels like everything that you start now, it's actually going to start to give you results, and it's going to be long lasting. Okay, if you have felt like I'm moving forward, I'm trying to do something, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Now this situation will not be so difficult. So it's going to get easier for you to proceed forward with a lot of your ideas, a lot of your plans. And you're going to, it feels like you're going to get a sense that you need to trust the universe, and you need to let life happen, because life can bring to you good things if you just let it happen, Pisces. So I hope that this is making sense to all of you. I see Panderita online, Green Fields, Arkai, Liz, how are you? Goddess 33, how are you? If I'm not mistaken, you are one of my students. You just took the Akashic Records class with me. Blue Eyes, how are you? Sima, how are you? So, for anyone else who is interested to learn how to read the Akashic Records, please do contact me. I could train you personally one to one, but I can also organize like a class with more people, because you do need to practice. Okay, and for those of you who happens to be my student, do talk about your experience. You can leave me a comment down here below in the comment section, or in the chat if you happen to be on the chat with me right now. And again, last weekend I completed the Akashic Records training class, and it was amazing. So on Saturday, I taught how can you open your own Akashic Records and do your own reading. And on Sunday, I taught how you can open the Akashic Records of others. And there's so much more that you can learn, because you may utilize the Akashic Records also for healing. Yes, you can heal through the Akashic Records as well. The Akashic Records do address the past, the present, and future possibilities. A major rule in the Akashic Records is that nothing is written in stone. You have free will. And because you have free will, the Akashic Records cannot order you on what to do. They can guide you, give you guidance and advice. Okay, and they can also explore options with you. If you have a yes or no situation, for example, should I leave my marriage, yes or not, they are going to explore both options with you, because they cannot tell you yes, go ahead, or order you leave your marriage. For example, what happens if you decide to stay in your current marriage? They're going to give you the advantages, disadvantages, how this decision will impact the rest of your life. So they will give you a prediction about that. And they will tell you the same thing if you decide to leave your current marriage, for example. Okay, what are the advantages of that, what are the disadvantages of that, and how this decision will affect the rest of your life. And if the Akashic Records feel that maybe there's something else to your circumstance, it's not only a yes or no situation, they are also going to offer to you their perspective as well. But again, you have free will, and the Akashic Records cannot make you do or not do something. Okay, they are going to, what can they do instead? They're going to give you a baby step to do. Okay, and provided that out of your free will you are going to follow through with our baby step, that's how you ensure the prediction coming true. Okay, and that's how the Akashic Records work. Again, nothing is written in stone. You have a free will. And yes, okay, the Akashic Records may tell you where you stand right now. This is what's going to happen. And if you don't like that, Okay, you get to change that. So here's a baby step for you to do now. What is it that you are doing wrong, and what can you do to fix it? So one great question to ask to the Akashic records would be, what is the higher purpose of my soul? How can I achieve the higher purpose of my soul right now? Is there a baby step for me to do that would bring me closer to achieving the higher purpose of my soul? What are my unique talents, gifts, and abilities? How am I meant to use them right now? And how am I meant to use my special, unique talents, skills, and abilities in my lifetime? These are great questions to ask to the Akashic records. If anyone in the chat has any questions about what the Akashic records are, how they work, okay, I am happy to answer to those. Again, if you are interested to learn about the Akashic records, don't hesitate to email me or leave me a comment down here below, and we can set up a training or a class for a group of you. The best way to learn the Akashic records is by being in a class, because when you are in a class, you get to exercise with one another, you get to swap reading, and it's a great experience. I loved it. Okay, so I also do offer tarot readings, energy clearings. I do a form of reading that is based in Chinese medicine in the same elements as acupuncture, and it's called face reading. And part of that is also a birthday reading when you give me your birthday, and I break down the different patterns of your birthday. And with that, I get to read the energy of the year for you and how you can utilize the energy of the year based on your birthday, and it's going to answer to a lot of questions: why you feel the way you do, why you think the way you think. I also do Reiki, and I just completed my training in medical intuition. There are two levels to medical intuition: the foundations, which is level one, and that was about 7 weeks training. And after that, it was the advanced medical intuition course, and that was meant to last for 9 weeks, but it ended up being 10 weeks. So I just completed that one, and I'm still training in that one, and then I will also be launching that as a service. But just so that I have an idea, okay, leave me a comment for anyone who is interested, okay, in getting a medical intuition service from me. So if you are interested, do place a comment down here below, or if you just like to know what medical intuition is, so that is coming up. I haven't officially launched it just yet. I just wanted to know who was interested in that, and that is also a very good course. It truly changed my life, because it's not only about your health, it's also about how life affected your health, your emotion affected your health, and vice versa. So it is the kind of training that, if you know anything else, whether you are a medical professional or not, it's not important. A lot of people who take that course are in the medical field, but you don't have to necessarily be in a medical field to be trained in medical intuition. And I have also been painting. I don't know whether I presented this painting to you. Okay, this is another channel painting, and this represents toroidal fields. Toroidal fields is something that we all have and we get to create, okay, so that we protect ourselves from the energies of others, okay, and through the toroidal fields, you also learn how you can be the brightest light there can be. Okay, imagine like you have a candle or a light bulb inside your heart, and it's so bright that it ends up being the brightest light there is across universes. Okay, so for those of you who don't know what the toroidal fields are, I can do another special video presentation about it. Okay, and that's going to help you to comprehend and understand this painting better. So these are the different colors of the chakra, and the purifying purple light, and the golden liquid. So and it's just amazing, and these are just different colors of chakra. So again, this is another channeled paintings. And for anyone who is interested to purchase a painting from me, to commission a painting, contact me so I can channel a painting for you and for you only. Or if you go under the community tab in this channel, on my channel, if you go under the community tab, you can see pictures of different paintings. Yes, I had painted a similar painting before, and there's different versions of it because people seem to love it. They always order this painting for me. So I just decided to paint it again with different colors, but they are very similar. A couple with an umbrella walking in the park. Okay, and this is another channeled painting. Okay, so I am thinking of putting together like a little art show. I haven't decided on a date yet. It's going to be in May in the hometown where I currently live. Okay, but again, I will be posting pictures of my photos of my new paintings on under the community tab. So do contact me if you are interested to purchase any of my paintings. Contact me if you want like to know prices or anything else. And what else I do? When you purchase a painting for me, they are already charged with energy because each and every painting is channels. Okay, but I also do charge it with Reiki energy. So we're going to have like a brief consultation. Okay, and I'm going to see like what kind of Reiki energy would be best for you at this time. Could be Reiki about finances, abundance, your health. Maybe you're trying to get a promotion or a new home, so I can charge it with Reiki with a special energy about that. So for those of you who have had channel paintings for me before, I would love it if you leave a comment or in the chat or either in the comment section down here below. I see Abstract Wellness, and thank you. Yeah, I love these earrings too. And she also took my Akashic Records class last weekend. So if you like to leave your impressions or share with the people in the chat right now anything that you like to say about the course, that would be fantastic. And she also took my abundance program. Okay, it was like a 5-week abundance program where I teach about the energy of abundance, money, and how you can attract that in your life. Again, that program is also channels. Okay, and we cover everything from karma to Reiki to feng shui to soul contracts. And I keep forgetting because it's like a big program and I need to add another week to it because there's so much to teach, and it turned out that 5 weeks weren't just enough. So I'm going to add one more week to that program. So do contact me if you are interested on learning anything from me, so we can set up some kind of a workshop. If you are interested in any of my programs, the programs that I run are tailored to you. Okay, we are going to have a free consultation. Okay, and you decide whether the program is for you or not. We're going to talk about prices and how am I going to tailor that to your needs. Okay, and again, just go and check out my website, www.amalightworker.com. Okay, for services and prices and about booking with me. So you're going to find my website posted down here below in the show more description box. Don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Email me directly at amalightworker@gmail.com. So Abstract Wellness is saying, yes, I did this course, and she's talking about the Akashic Records course. This course is amazing, the Akashic course and the abundance program. I am well, I am better because of her willingness to teach. Thank you. No, thank you so much, Abstract Wellness. And she also has a YouTube channel. If you like to check out her YouTube channel as well. So if anybody has anything else to say, a comment, maybe you have a question. So I'm going to wait for a moment. If I don't get a comment or a question, then I am going to close this live stream. I do welcome ideas. Anything that you want me to do a live stream or a video about. Okay, I know that I haven't been doing the zodiac signs for a long, long, long time. I'm trying to get around to it. So I know that everybody welcomes those. Lisa C is saying Sagittarius, so spot on. Thank you, Lisa. Okay. Oh, I just noticed Greenfields from Ireland. How are you? Okay. Because you mentioned Ireland, I did discover this sitcom, this show on YouTube, Mrs. Brown's Boys. And every time I hear an Irish accent, I just crack up laughing. Okay, I just love it. So I don't know whether you watch that show or not. Just because you are in Ireland doesn't mean that you watch it, but I do watch it, and it is hilarious. If you guys on the chat don't know what it is, just you can find it here on YouTube, Mrs. Brown's Boys. Okay, and that show has won so many awards. Okay, so I guess this is it. Okay, so email me for a reading or a consultation at amalightworker@gmail.com. Visit my website, www.amalightworker.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and thumbs up. I will see you on the next live stream. Bye. Thank you.